Alright, we're back. Neofizz here, and this is episode 3 of world number 6 of the worlds I played in Minecraft before I started recording. And in this episode, we just have a couple things left to show off, and we're going to get to it right away. So, the big major deal here that I had was constructing this little goodie. So, I'll hit the switch right away, and you'll see the lights turned off, and now mobs are going to start spawning. And this is my mob grinder. Once again, this is an Etho design. This is his most current design that I've seen him do. And the taller you make this thing, the better your rates are. And I was going to make it taller, but this goes all the way to the sky limit. So I could have made it go deeper into the ground if I wanted to get more out of it. But I sort of stopped at this point because it did a good enough job for me. So I got what I wanted to get out of it. So if I go all the way up to the top here, here's what it looked like but for the roof. And I made this roof up here more or less so I could stand up here and look all around and admire my village and everything about it. You can see these white pillars that I have off in the corners. And they mark out the distances away that I wanted to light up all the tunnels in order to maximize the spawning. So that's what I did here, is basically in this square block around the whole spawner here, or the whole grinder here, the tunnels are all lit up as best as I could, all centered around this one point. So, but at least it was a very nice view up here. I could see for miles around. That's if it would render for miles around. You can only see so far, even on the far distance here. Oh, one thing down there I forgot to mention was I had a nether wart farm that I made there as well, so that was good. And you can see very well from up here how I terraformed. I put grass blocks down everywhere to cover the sand, so it would be nice and green. And I laid that pattern of jack-o'-lanterns down very nicely. And there you can see I've got this special pattern of jack-o'-lanterns right at the surface, and those represented my slime chunks that I had there. So yeah, I use this jack-o'-lantern pattern with leaves on top to try and make it blend a bit, and it keeps the whole town just fully lit. As you can see here, this is nighttime right now, but the town itself is lit up like it's daytime. So no mobs at all spawn in the town itself. But right there on the edge where I stopped, they'll start spawning there. And that's just a weird lighting glitch that did that. So we've been up here for a while now, so I'm sure a lot of mobs have spawned. So we'll go down and take a looky. Well, there's still some in there wandering around. You can hear them. And there's this one last block here. If I hop off here, you can see the redstone. This is like a redstone torch pillar coming up to this point that sends power all the way around. And that power is actually turning off the torch at the first level. I think up here. That's the first, yeah, there's the first level where the lighting goes across. The first level where the lighting goes across, and it's set to be off. So we'll go all the way back down now. Yeah, you can see the pillar of torches that turn it on and off. And by now, we ought to see that we've got some mobs down here. Now, what was really good about this is back in the 1.3 days, the skeletons seemed to just shoot blindly at you when you come in here. But now they don't seem to. They don't seem to be able to see you through the creepers anymore. So it doesn't work as good as it used to. It used to work really good. So I could get rid of the zombies that are in here to have just skeletons and creepers, and that way I'd have a really good chance that a skeleton would shoot a creeper when I came in here. But they're not shooting at all. And normally the skeletons shoot like crazy, eh? But I'm not getting any shots, so oh well. I guess we'll just kill them all then. So yeah, you could kill them really good this way and collect all their goods. And I was trying to collect gunpowder, and I was making some success. Let's turn the lights back on. And you can see that lever dropped the floor so that they would drop that extra bit and die. At least it usually worked, but not always. So you had to be careful when you were using it that way, because sometimes one would get out on you, right? Yep. So that was that. And let's put the floor back up in case more come out. And there was one more thing to show you that we haven't seen yet. And that's off in my original home here, where down here, okay, yeah, we had the portal there, and here's where I had my regular enchanting table for doing my enchanting. And I don't have anything ready to enchant yet. I don't have anything built either. Okay, well, let's make something. Let's make a pick. So we can make a pick. And we'll try an enchantment and see what we get. Oops. Derp. Derpity derp, burpity derp, derp, burpity derp, burp. Okay, so now we got a pick. Go over here and give it an enchantment and see what we get. Efficiency 4 and Fortune 3. That's a good pick. I'll save that for another time. That isn't what we come down for. I come down to take you to the Nether. And the reason I'm taking you here last is because it's so darn far away. So here we had a really nice enclosure, keeping the portal nice and safe. And I put a stairway here so I could go up top and check it all out if I wanted to. Yeah, these guys aren't mad at me. I don't normally hit them. Don't want them mad at me. And surprisingly, I don't get that many ghasts around here. And I was thinking of trying to make a ghast killing field, but there just isn't the right kind of terrain for it, so I didn't bother wasting my time. I think I leveled it out a little bit over here and then realized this just isn't nearly the kind of space we need to have. We need to have space that goes all the way from that wall to that wall there and goes way back to that wall back there and way up to like that wall there. And I just didn't spend the time flattening out that much space and making it safe from the lava. Maybe in my next world. But the fort is off in that direction, and it is a very long way. And when I looked at what kind of terrain I was going to have to travel over to get to it, going there and back all the time, I decided, heck with that. I'm just going to make this stairway that goes right up into the ceiling, and I'm going to follow the ceiling all the way there. So maybe I'll fast forward this while I make my run there. Okay, so here we are, and yeah, we even had our good old bottles. Oh, insta damage for these guys. And once again, what we have here, this was one of my luckiest setups ever, where I had actually 2 spawners, and they were so close together that when I built Ethos ice cream cone design on them, the 2 cones touched up at the top, so it was like having a double ice cream cone all to yourself. And I'll quickly run up and show you around this. I'll go up this way. I could come around here, and you can see I can't get past this way because it's blocked. But so So they would spawn here and fall down as usual, the way Ethos design works. And same here. And you'll notice I didn't put the on-off switches in because I just got tired of making that, and it didn't, for me, it didn't seem so useful. I suppose there are situations where an on-off system is very important, but for me it didn't seem all that important anymore, so I stopped making it just so I could build this whole thing faster. Because it takes quite a while to build this in the first place, and you know, it sure does a nice job and everything. And if you did need to turn it off and do maintenance, then I guess it is nice to have the on-off system in it. But I rarely had to do any kind of maintenance with this, so I really had no need to turn it on and off. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Right? So from here I can get back down, go down and check it out here. And we're getting a few of them built up. Normally I'd run this for 10 or 15 minutes while I'm watching a YouTube video or something. I'd just stand on this platform here and wait for them to build up. And then once they were built up enough, I could just run over, hit the button. That would close up and start crushing them. And while I'm waiting for that one, I could run over and hit the other button. And that would close up and start crushing this one too. Then by the time I got back, they're all done being crushed here, and I could stand back and throw my damage potion at them. They'd all die. The experience would just come a-spilling out, but normally there'd be a lot more. And then I could come over here and do the same thing. I'd kill them all at once, and all the experience would come out, as well as get their blaze rods. Open the doors back up, and you're ready for more. And that worked out really good. But that's about all I did here. I didn't waste a lot of time doing other stuff. We didn't have the nether skeletons here yet to fight, or the regular skeletons, so there really wasn't much else to do except maybe, you know, mine some of the nether brick. Is about all I would do. And you can see I didn't do much of that here. Oh, here comes a guy that wants to say hi. So we got him. And he withered me, but I didn't get a skull out of the deal, buggers. So yeah, I didn't have to set up barriers to protect myself from them back then, but if I was going to go back to playing this world, I probably would do that. I'd put up some kind of barriers to stop them from infiltrating, but even still, they aren't around all that much anymore. You got to have just the right spots and the right amount of patience and whatnot to have them do their thing for you. So there's that. That's the nether fort with my my blaze ice cream cone experience grinders. So let's run back to the main fort and see what else is up there, and we'll do this in fast forward too. And we're back. Oh, looks like we got a visitor here. Who invited you, buddy? You go back where you come from, won't you? That's it. Go back. Oh, you don't want to go back, eh? You want to just hang around here with me. Okay, whatever. You're stuck in here. You can't get out. You don't know the secret password, so you're stuck. So that's basically it. Oh, didn't show you the view from on top of my home here. I grew these tall jungle trees because I thought they'd look neat. But that's just about it. I grew tree farms. I grew netherwort. I grew lots of sugar cane. I grew lots of villagers. And I had an incredible storage system storing everything I could possibly need. And I did gather a lot of resources, that's for sure, including villagers. And you can see I used my typical what is now my favorite kind of storage system, where I just put blocks at the bottom representing what's in the chests, and I fill the chests with it. And that works out really good for me. From a distance I can see what I got. But this was before we actually had the what do they call them, the item frames. So I think in a future version, in my next world, I'm probably going to use item frames to identify all this stuff, so I can compact it even more and don't need nearly as big a space. But yeah, I had basically all the different kinds of farms you could have. I had a nice spot over here for playing with the mobs when I wanted. And I had area out around there that I could adventure. I didn't adventure that much because I was usually really busy with what I was doing in and around the village here. And trying to protect my villagers by getting rid of these guys all the time. Alright. And mostly fending off the fuzzy guys whenever they were hanging around, because they like to hang around a lot. See them? Fuzzy guy. Doesn't he look so cute being all fuzzy purple? Well, this guy wants to give me a kiss with his arrow. I'll give him one right back. And that's the one thing I always hated, was those darn Endermen. He thinks he's going to come up and get me. But he's no match for me. No match for me. I'm so decked out with high quality diamond goods that he just hasn't got a chance. So it's when you're still young playing this game that it's different. Yahoo. Yeah. So yeah, you can see we got quite the complex going here, and it was a lot of fun. And this was one of my more advanced builds. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for coming by and checking out world number 6. This was basically my final single player world before I started recording. I did a couple other worlds where I was more or less oh, I hate that sound. Ugh. Where are they? Oh, Iron Golem must have got them. Where I had done a couple other worlds, but I didn't play them completely legit, so I didn't want to show them. They were worlds where I was either playing the creative mode, or when 1.3 came out, they gave you the cheats mode, and I did a couple worlds that way as well. But I lost interest quickly. As soon as you add that ability to cheat, it's really no more fun. So this is the end of the legitimate worlds that I made in Minecraft, and after this I went and played on the Strongkever server for quite some time before it closed down, and then I started up a new single player Let's Play world that I'm doing now. So I hope you enjoyed checking out all of these worlds of mine. I enjoyed showing them to you, and I hope everybody takes care and come again sometime. And till next time we see you, this is Neofizz signing out.